so much, Jeff, for the introduction, and Lacey. We are so excited. I'm so nervous. There's so many people here, but this is really awesome. And like Jeff said, this is something that Allie and I have been doing with our team for the last few months, and I really think that's kind of what catapulted the end of the year for us. And yeah, I will talk about some more things as we go on, as far as having a partner and teamwork and things like that. But pretty much just going to dive right in. The first thing we always do with our team when we hop on our team Zooms, not our team Zoom, but our work Zooms like this, is we do outreach. We do invites to new people. And I think that's, a lot of people start off with follow-ups, but really, you really should start off with your invites to new people so that you know you're getting that in, because that's the most important part. That's one of the 3 vital behaviors is invite, invite, invite. So we're going to post a cold invite script in the chat box right now. I'm going to post that. Hold on one second. I have it right here. And I'm going to share my screen really quickly just to kind of show you guys what I do, what Allie does, what our whole team does. And at first, a lot of people might be a little nervous hearing the word cold invite. We're supposed to form all that stuff. We know that. But this is to people that are live on your chat or from a post that you did. If you did a post and people liked it or commented on it, sending this message. This has been huge for our team, just being honest. So I was super nervous in the beginning, but social media, people are following you when you don't even realize it. So it's not as cold inviting as you think because they're following you. You're creating that relationship through your page, whether it's on Facebook or on Instagram. So I'm going to post that chat right here, or post the script in the chat. And obviously right now it says for New Year's resolutions time, and we still are using that because people are still figuring out the New Year's resolutions. Obviously change that as it goes. And of course, like any script, change it so that it sounds like you. That's important, of course, too. But for the next 10 minutes, let's say, let's just send this invite to literally everyone that's on right now on your chat. I'll really quickly share my screen just to show you guys. Literally, this is what we do. And we've had a very good conversion rate too from this. Allie, you want to add something in?
Well, are we going to talk about the ratios now or after?
I guess talk about it now.
Okay, so we just something that we're doing on our team a lot lately in the last few months is tracking our numbers, because what we've been talking about is there's a ratio between the number of messages sent out to the number of people you give actual information to the number of people who actually sign up to be a coach or a customer, do a challenge, or become part of the coach opportunity. Let's just wait. So we're going to send these cold messages first, but just track your numbers. So however many people you send this cold invite to, do a tally, or just keep a mental note of how many people you've been sending it to, because we want you to write it down. Okay?
So literally, guys, I'll just show you a quick example and then just start messaging. One thing I would do is first go to all these people who liked and commented on my post. A silly post about coffee. Got a lot of likes. And if I haven't talked to some of these people, I haven't invited this girl in a long time. I'm going to message her. She liked a picture of mine, so it's not random. And like Allie said, really track, because you'd be so surprised how many people said yes to this. I've been doing this all month and I'm at SC20 right now. It's purely from this. It's not from challenge group posts. It's from private messages. So they work.
Also, if you have questions while we're doing this, feel free to post them in the chat. But right now you should be taking that script and cold messaging, just to be clear.
Okay, so Allie and Megan, they're asking questions, and also someone raised their hand, which is actually pretty cool. Like, they actually raised their hand. That's cool. But I don't know if you guys want to answer those questions while people are sending out invites, messages.
Yeah, the next step, right?
Okay, so I'll take this, I think.
Yeah,
so
go for it.
Basically, we wanted to talk because at the beginning when we first started this, this system, we would do the information piecemeal, one question at a time, answering specific questions one question at a time. But what's really been working for us is to have sort of an informational email that talks about the workouts, the nutrition, and Shakeology all within an email, so that they have all the information in front of them. They can read through it and then ask specific questions afterwards. So normally what we do, if they say yes to details on our team, we say, great, what's your email? I'm going to send you all the details.
Is it possible for you guys to post the email so everyone can see the details that you're sharing in your email?
Sure. Yeah, 100%. Do you want me to? Here, I'll grab it. I'll grab it. Oh, you want to grab it?
I have it right up here.
All right, you grab it.
And of course, you're going to have to change this per program. So I'm going to share the 21-day fix one, but if it's a different program, then you can send that. But we always send the 21-day fix to start off. Oh, why won't that let me paste?
Are you pasting the link or the actual?
I was going to paste the actual text. Maybe it's too much text.
It's too much.
Oh, okay.
Let's make a new one really quick. I'm going to just copy it into a new doc, and I'll share the doc in the chat. Okay? Just give me.
Perfect.
So we just want to make it clear that everyone should be sending messages and setting a timer so they know how long they should be messaging for. Okay?
And we don't actually, so to answer your question really quick, you said to be sure you don't ask them about their goals, needs before. We don't. We first send the information and then we do that afterwards. So right after we send this email, we go email sent. Do you have any specific fitness goals you're working towards right now? And then you can have a conversation with them about it. We found that when we started to ask those questions, like Ali said, piecemeal, one back and forth, we just lost everyone.
Right. So the main goal is to get the email first. And once you have the email, to send out that information as soon as possible, because it really is about timing. That's something I've learned so much during this period of time, is that when someone's interested, you want to capitalize that, ride that momentum. So send that email and then ask for goals is what we do on our team. Also, I posted a link to the email in the chat.
How long are they supposed to be doing this for, Megan? How long do you encourage
We
your
said
coaches
10
to do it
minutes.
for?
So since we actually started, it's probably almost been 10.
Okay.
Since like 7:00, I think 7:06 is when we started talking.
And how many people do you reach out to in that time? What's your target? Do you have a goal, or is it just amount of time that you're shooting for, and hopefully you get to as many people as possible in that time?
I shoot for 40.
Yeah.
If I can get 40, I think that's a really, really good work day.
40 in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. A copy and paste. And so, interestingly enough, I've talked to a lot of my downline coaches who are having a lot of trouble with outreach, and they build it up to be something so much more than it actually is. So I shared my screen with one of my downline coaches, and I said, okay, we're going to copy and paste this message. We're going to try and do cold outreach to 40 people. Let's see how long it takes. It took her, she went down through her active chat. It took her like five minutes total. And I said, okay, do you understand now that it doesn't have to be as big as you're making it? So that's sort of what we're trying to accomplish here, is doing it all in a very economical, efficient way.
And just from like quick to add in too, just from our experience these past couple months, we've gotten such good responses from this specific script. More often than not, they do want more information. And the way it's phrased, I've never had anyone message me back upset or angry at all. And again, this goes into something else we won't talk about, but if you're being present on social media, people are following you. People already kind of have a little bit of a relationship with you. Work smarter, not harder. I like that.
Okay, so should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. What's next on our list? Follow-ups. Okay, so for the next 15 minutes, we'll do follow-ups from the day before. We have a couple different follow-ups that we'll share with you guys. We have a first, a second, and a third follow-up that we do from these people. Once they say yes, they'd like some more information, and you get their email, you send the email out, we have a follow-up system. So I'm going to send those to you. It's a 24-hour follow-up, a 72-hour, and then a 4-day. And again, you guys know fortune's in the follow-up. That's just the way this business is. So the biggest thing, like Ali was saying, is to track it. Make sure you put every single person that says yes for more information in some sort of tracker. And Ali, do you want to share that?
Share the contact tracker?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to bring yours up or not.
I'm not sure that I should bring mine up because it's not super organized, but
and it's personal.
I try to keep it organized and I use Google Sheets. And the reason I do that is because then I can have it not only on my computer, but on my iPad, on my iPhone, on all of my devices. And if I update it on any of those devices, it's updated everywhere. So I think that that's a really good system to use rather than pen and paper. Google Sheets or any sort of like Excel program that you have and you like to use.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and post those follow-ups, right, Megan?
Yeah, I'm just putting in a different document really quick. And yeah, like Ali said, make sure it's compatible to whatever you're using, and it can go on like a phone, something that you can have an app. I use Asana personally, but I know a lot of people like things laid out just in a list. So that's why Ali uses the Google Sheet, and it works great for her. And I just posted the follow-up series. So if you guys see first follow-ups, hey, does this make sense? What questions do you have for me? Second is, hey, checking in. You guys can read through that. I just posted it. Since it's a different system that you might have been used to, a lot of this will apply for you tomorrow and so on after you keep doing this. But I'll also share really quick a follow-up that we have to invite people you've invited in the past.
And after that, we're also going to share a Coach mobile app follow-up as well. So we have somebody asked this in the chat. Megan, can you make it public, the document? It says they need permission.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. So we have these regular follow-ups for people we sent the email to, right? And then we have a follow-up that Megan's going to share for someone you've invited in the past. And then one, if you have somebody who has the Coach mobile app out yet, but they haven't completed it yet. So Megan, is that in the follow-up doc that you?
I'll put it there right now.
Okay, great.
I have it right here.
maybe you're going to get to this, but what about follow-ups for people that didn't respond to your message?
I have one of those as well. I can put that in there too. Megan, can you just give me access so I can
Oh, yeah.
go ahead and put that in there?
Oh, because to edit.
Mm-hmm.
Allison Bloom, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you guys should be seeing the doc. First follow-up, second follow-up, third follow-up, Coach mobile app follow-up, not FU. Change that. And then Allie's going to add in one right now. My Lord. Turn this off. All right, I'm going to do an example for you guys, if that's cool. Repost the script. I'm not seeing it anymore. The cold invite script, Michelle? Yes, hold on one sec. Allie, do you have someone that didn't respond, actually, that you'd wanted to share an example?
I'm looking right now.
Okay.
I'll find one.
Yeah, I'll try to find one too.
And Megan, you're going to go ahead and share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, if you want to share yours to just do that example when you get it, I'll try to find mine right now too. I'll just do an example of an email, guys, for you. Because most of the follow-ups are going to be through the emails in the future. But Allie will show you one for someone who didn't answer you. Okay, sorry, I'm just logging into my different email. Actually, here's a really good example. Where is it? Okay, sharing my screen. So you guys hear this all the time. Fortune is in the follow-up, you know that. And I think, what was it, 5 interactions, Allie, that we were saying, is when someone needs 5 interactions with you a lot of the times just to sign up. So ignore these emails. Don't copy these girls' emails. But this is someone who was interested. I sent her the email, and I think I had to send her, no, okay, I just sent her 1 follow-up. Sometimes I've had to send 2. But I had to send 1 follow-up, and then she's like, so sorry, I've been busy. Basically, yes, she's down. She's ready to do it. And I just sent her the 2 different options, whether she wants to be a coach or customer. And that's just an example of how you have to follow up with people. But literally copied and pasted this from the document that we just created for you guys, right from this. And then if she hadn't responded, 2 days later, so 3 days total after we initially talked, I just copy and paste this, put the date of your next challenge group or the date that you told her that it was gonna start, and email that off. Some people do Facebook Messenger. If you find they're answering you in Facebook Messenger more than email, then do that. That's fine. It doesn't really matter as long as you get that follow-up out. So this is someone I know who's had a mobile app out for a while. So I'm going to send this to her. Hey, when are you planning on completing your enrollment? I want to make sure I'm by my phone or computer so I can help you help or answer any questions you have. Does that make sense, guys? Any questions from all that? Oh wait, there's a bunch of questions. Yes. Hold on one second. Let me get that description.
And I also just posted a script in that doc that we're using for follow-ups to follow up with people who maybe didn't see your last message or didn't respond to your initial outreach.
And in that same document, guys, I'm going to put what I think it was Lauren just asked for, the difference between a coach and customer description.
So just to sort of talk about the scripts, I think that they're the most important part of what we have going on here because it makes it completely duplicatable. That being said, all of these things that you're seeing now are through Megan and my trial and error throughout the entire year that I've been coaching, or 14 months that I've been coaching. And so what we started to do was just write down what was working for us, write down the interactions that were successful, track them, and make sure that you're doing that if you have a different system that's really working for you, so that when you do have a downline coach, you can take your scripts and hand them off to them and say, here, this is what's been successful for me. I'm sure that it's going to work for you in some context as well. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yay, Lauren. She said she's already getting people who want more info. Awesome.
I'm going to repost the email now, the link to the email, so that you guys can have that one again, because I know some people missed that. Someone just asked if they say they don't want info at this time. To be completely honest, I move on. Sometimes I say, do you mind if I follow up with you for upcoming challenges? And if they say yes, I'll put them on my contact list. But most of the time, I move on. I'll invite them at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked how many days a week we normally do this. I would say 5 is a good target. 7 days a week is a lot. Sometimes I do work 7 days a week, especially if I have a goal that I'm trying to hit.
Okay, guys, I added the cold invite script and the 21-day fix email all in that initial follow-up series, so we can maybe name that something different for you guys. But it's all there.
Hey, Megan, can you share your screen and demonstrate a follow-up through Facebook Messenger?
Sure. Let's see. Let's do one. I just did one of these to someone who's got a mobile app out. So let me do one of the ones that Allie had. So this is to someone who didn't see last message or did not respond. And the thing about this, just being really honest, I've sent this to people who I know have seen the last message and they've responded. For some reason, sometimes, certain times a day, things just click with people. And they actually do respond. So let's see. Actually, you know, it's probably better if I just go to over here.
So while she's doing that, someone asked, how do you find 40 new people you haven't invited every day? So
people sounded
the other thing is that we are adding to our network constantly, and we're not just reaching out to people who like and comment or on our posts, but anyone who's active on chat. And if there's not enough people active on chat, I go into my friend list and just start going down alphabetically to people who I haven't reached out to yet. I had a coach who was really shooting for a big goal, and she messaged 1,500 people in 2 weeks. So, and she signed many a coach from those 1,500 people. But she just went through her whole friend list, basically.
And we're going to touch on adding to your network, don't worry. So guys, I'm going to be sending this. This is someone who was interested in the past, and I invited him on the 24th, Christmas Eve. Probably not the best time, but I did. And he hasn't responded yet. So I'm going to send this, the one that Ali said about someone hasn't responded. Hey, saw you didn't see my last message. I know Facebook Messenger is not always the most reliable form of communication. Is there a better way to get in contact? Great. And that's it.
Okay, there are a few questions. In that power hour time block, do you reply to people actively conversing? Normally, I try and do what I've set out to do for that period of time before I go back and actively converse, because otherwise I don't get what I wanted to done in the first place. So if I'm trying to actively message 40 people and I see that people are responding, I try not to get a little bit of ADD and go respond to them. I try and just finish the task. And at the end of the power hour, I'll go back and I'll converse with the people who have responded to me. And when we say active on chat, we mean, Megan, can you share your screen? And just all the people that when you have your chat open, they're there and they have a green dot next to them. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So all those people. And I just posted the follow-up in the chat again. Any other questions? On average, how many people do you add as friends on Facebook? We're going to get to that. But just quickly, 10 to 20 we try to do a day.
And somebody also asked, what is your method of tracking people so you don't accidentally duplicate? Normally, I'll have 2 Facebook windows open. One that's to the see all of the messages. So I can, if I have any hesitation that I've already sent the message, I'll go into that search engine in the see all and I'll just type in their name. And if I sent them a message and they haven't seen it, I'll send them the other script that says, hey, I saw you didn't see that last message. Or I'll continue to talk with that person, just maybe not sending that cold invite.
Exactly. She'll have all these up and then she'll go back to her regular Facebook. And so that way, if you are inviting, especially from a post, a lot of times when you go to your post, I'm using a Beachbody one as an example. If you click their name and then you have to go to the message, that's just a lot of extra time when you're like, did I message them? Okay, let me go over here, put their name in, quick, done. So it just saves a lot of time.
And yes, this can be carried over to Instagram very easily. Same exact format, exactly the same on Instagram direct message.
I can even really quickly share my screen for that if you guys want.
And in terms of the mobile app talk, it's one very, very short script that's in the document that we posted that basically just says, what time are you planning on completing your enrollment today? I want to make sure I'm by the phone or a computer so I can help you if you have questions. And that gives them a call to action by giving you that time that they're expected to be completing the Coach mobile app. And normally people do it without needing me. And then they'll just say, oh, I actually already did it. Or they'll give me a time and I'll make sure that I follow up with them for that specific time.
Mm-hmm. And the Coach mobile app, that's just it's another way to sign someone up besides sending them a link. That's really the only way we actually have our coaches sign people up. I'll post the link to the mobile app in this chat. Do we have time to do a really quick Instagram share too? It's the same way.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah, pretty much, guys. And I already did a video on this for my team. So I can just post the video I did on how to direct message people on Instagram. But it's the same thing. Anyone who likes or comments on your Instagram pictures, you send this message to.
Right. Okay. So the 15 minutes is up and we're going to move on. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is your 10 in play. So basically, we like to have 10 people at all times who are very close to signing up or who we are conversing with about details. And as soon as we have a list of those 10 people, those are the first people that we talk to during the day, even before outreach, so that we're moving them along in the process and closing on those people and making sure that we are using the momentum and the time for the good. So basically, for the next 5 minutes, we want you to just sort of take a look at all the people you've been talking to and just write down a list of 10 people who you think are real perspectives, whether or not it's the coaching opportunity or as a customer. And someone just asked how often we do these Zoom power hours. We like to do them 5 days a week. We try and do them 5 days a week, and we sometimes do them for longer than a power hour. Megan and I have been having so much success with just having a very transparent business and a transparent approach to coaching as a whole. So we'll sign on if we're working. We'll sign on to Zoom. We'll say to our team, we're on. And we'll share our screen for the entire time that we're working that day, and they can ask questions in real time.
I did one today for 3 hours. So you never know. It really, really, really does work for our team.
In terms of time of day that's working for us and our team, we are all over the map. Megan and I are New York City based actors who also are Beachbody coaches. And our team is mostly made up of musical theater actors who have very different schedules. So it's just really whenever Megan and I can get on, we're on, and we'll share that with our team.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, because we are full-time coaches, we pretty much do it during the day. Sometimes we will do a little bit at night, but mostly it is during the day. Lauren, you mean during this power hour that you do for the 10 in play? Yes, that should be the first people after you do your outreach for the day. Your first people you follow up with when you do your follow-up series should be those people that are the 10 in play, or the ones that are the closest to signing up. Those should always be the first people that you message. Do you tell them ahead of time?
Sometimes we'll post in terms of if we tell them ahead of time or when we just hop on, it's whatever I can manage. If I know that I'm going to be on for a certain period of time during the week, I will post it, and I'll actually post a schedule of the things that I'll be accomplishing at different times during the day. And then if not, and I just go on off the cuff, I will just post to my team, hey, I'm on Zoom, and I'll post the link to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Meg, do you want to move on to network?
Yeah, let's do adding to your network. So I'm going to share my screen really quick, guys. And there's so many different ways you can add to your network. But this is one that I've just been doing regularly. So there's one thing is a lot of times you guys probably notice when you are messaging people or just on the home screen or wherever, you'll see just people pop up. Of course, it's not going to be an example now and I need it, but you'll see a suggested friends. Always look at your suggested friends. And if I have 5 or more friends in common with that person, and personally for me, this is just a personal preference, I pretty much only message or only add people who are females and maybe someone I've worked with that I just I'm not friends with. I will add them as a friend. And or if you don't have this pop up, go to your regular page, go to your friends right here. You click on friends. I did not have this many friends when I started Beachbody. This has purely been adding to your network. And then I go to find friends right here. And you have a couple things you can do. You can either go here where it's going to say people you may know because you have mutual friends. And again, if I have 5 or more people, I'm going to add them. So for example, just kind of off the cuff right here. Like I know this is a fellow actor because these are both actor friends. So I actually will add this person, even though it's a man. So that's one example right here. You can add these people. Then the other thing you can do if you're looking for a specific group, like Allie and I are both actors, so sometimes I'll type in just New York as their current city, and employer I might do SAG-AFTRA, which is the Film and Television Union. And I have all these people. See, I know him. See, I should be friends with him. That's crazy. And so I might add some of these people. You can do one thing I've done as well is my college. So I'll just type in that. You can really hone it down if you want even more specific. I can do people in my college who are living in New York, living in my area, or just people in my college. It's so easy to add 5 to 10 people, 10 to 20 people in 5 minutes. So go do that right now. And then I'll put another way that I do. I add to my network as well in the doc that we created for you guys, but I don't want to take up your time. So just start doing that.
This should take you like 2 minutes. You want to do like 10 to 20 new people. Okay, just real quick because we're running low on time and we want to get to the next step too. So we're just going to give you about 2 minutes to do that, okay? Okay, so the last 10 minutes, or really 5, we're just going to talk about what else is really important, and that's following up with your current challengers and your downline coaches. So we don't want to forget that part of your power hour, checking in with people. I don't have a system for how I check in with my downline coaches. I just see who is working the hardest, showing me the most integrity, and I follow up with those people first. And then for my challengers, we've actually created an email series to check in with them once a week, which we're going to share with you. And we use Boomerang to schedule these emails ahead of time. So there's there's a link to a video on how to use Boomerang as well. So what we do is we'll send, when we sign a coach or a customer, we'll send them a welcome to the group email, just giving them a brief overview of what they should be expecting from our challenge group. Then if they sign up as a coach, we send them a new coach email. And then we Boomerang this email series that's in the chat right now.
Who's going to meet who?
And one thing just to add too, guys, this is something I've been doing recently that's been working really well with my coaches is sending them voice messages on Facebook. So actually going into Facebook Messenger and just sending them a quick voice message, thinking of you, hope you're doing well, would love to see you on the work Zoom tomorrow. How's everything going? It takes 5 seconds and just people love hearing your voice.
You guys are so sweet.
This is making me so happy.
So someone said in the comments that they feel like they've been making this so much harder than it actually is. And that's something that we've been really, really actively working against on our team, making it harder than it actually has to be, making it more complicated than it actually has to be. It's so simple. It's following the 3 vital behaviors, and this is just a way to make it duplicatable.
Okay, so we're running out of time, but a couple questions for you guys. You've shared a lot of scripts and emails with everyone today. Is it okay if, I think it's just nice to ask for permission. Is it okay if everybody shares this with their teams?
Of course.
Okay. And then I would encourage all of you guys to share this with your team. I think most of you guys on this call are leaders and are doing well in your business. That's why you were invited. But the key is now to duplicate it with your team. So make sure you share them with your teams and make it easier for them. Mm-hmm. You mentioned you do this sometimes for hours. What kind of participation do you get with your team? So kind of explain how those go and how much participation you get from your teams when you do it for that long.
It really depends, honestly, on the day. I mean, we've had up to I don't know,
10 people.
Yeah, 10 people. And then the other day I had 4 people on with me. Today I had 1 and then 1. So it just depends on the day, but it's been about 10 sometimes. And I'd say average 4 or 5.
Are you scheduling those out like in the week saying, hey, we're doing power hours during these times throughout the week so that they can plan their schedules around them? Or how do you go about
We try to if we can, but since we're actors and since we have such bizarre schedules, and if an audition comes up, sometimes it's too hard to do that. So if we can't, we just say, hey, I'm on, and whoever can make it knows to look for that in our team page.
Okay, so for the next 9 minutes, if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, ask them questions. Let's take advantage of the next 9 minutes, 8 minutes to pick the brains of Allie and Megan. So any questions, any additional questions that you have for them?
Jen, I saw Jen ask a question in the chat. Ballparking how much time we spend on each category. Roughly 10 minutes for follow-ups. Get your 10 and play for 5 minutes, and that might not always be on your agenda every day. If you have your 10 and play ready, that's going to be part of your follow-ups. You're going to follow up with those 10 people right away. And then adding to your network 5 minutes, and last 10 minutes following up with your challengers. That might not be an hour. I don't think it is, but and Allie, I'm sure will agree with me. I would say if you have extra time, spend it on outreach. Spend it on finding new people.
So someone asked, is this how you add all of your new coaches too? And I mean, this could be an entirely different call. We have a doc called the Simplified Steps that outlines what we've done today. And then we all have another doc for specifically coach prospecting. But I will just say, I think this is so huge. I get most of my active coaches from price objections. By turning that price objection around and saying, you know what, that's no fun. I don't like being broke. I've been broke before. That's awful. If you can't afford $140 to change your health and life, maybe there's something that I can do for you here. Are you looking for an opportunity to make a supplemental income?
Mm-hmm. What do we use to schedule the Boomerang emails? Boomerang for Gmail. I'll post the how to use Boomerang video that Allie made.
It's also in the doc that I shared before with the challenge group email series.
Oh, sweet.
And someone just asked, do you keep track of everyone you cold invite or just the people who respond? I only put the people who say yes to details, because otherwise my contact list would be out of control and it wouldn't do me any good. It wouldn't serve any purpose, because I like to look at my contact list for people who are really truly interested. So when I go re-invite my contact list, I know that I'm doing something that's going to move me forward instead of wasting my time.
All right, any more questions? This is your last chance. All right, I think we should ask Megan and Allie to demonstrate their acting skills.
We actually have one more thing we want to talk about. Really.
Oh my God, okay, talk about it, go.
Okay, I'm sorry. So basically, Megan and I just wanted to talk a little bit about having a partner who maybe has some different qualities than you, helping you lead the team. So Megan and I have had a lot of success with our teams. I'm under Megan, but we run our teams together. And I think part of the reason we have so much success is because we take a different approach at talking to people and dealing with our downline coaches. So basically, we call ourselves good cop, bad cop. I'm the bad cop. I just give it exactly how it is. Okay, so it's not working for you. Let's diagnose the problem. Here's what you have to do. And then, Megan.
I'm the good cop. And I'm basically like, you can do it. You can do it. I know it sounds so silly, but I really focus on the personal development and the talking people up and really just making their mindset right. Because you guys know it's all about mindset. And Allie really is so good at providing those tools and telling them what they need to do. And then I'm like, guys, you got to get that mindset right and you can do it. And it sounds silly, but we realize that that's why we've worked so well together.
Yeah, for sure. And different people respond to different things. So some people really like to be told exactly what they need to do and just do it real business-like. And some people need to be told that they can, and that you believe in them. And that's why the two of us working together is just so great. So if someone gets scared of me, they'll go to Megan. If someone needs a more direct approach, they'll come to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So if you guys know your colors too, if you guys ever take that color code test, that can be kind of predictive of that as well. If you're a very strong red, you're going to be more direct. If you're a blue, I'm a blue. I get mushy in relationships, and that's just what happens. So exactly. I have some coaches that will go to Allie for certain things. Some of her coaches will come to me for certain things. We really treat it as one big family.
Yes. And also someone just asked if they recorded this on their own computer. Are we okay sharing? Yes, of course. Share away. We want everyone to succeed.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I think just from this power hour, I think we can obviously see why you guys are so successful. Thank you for everything that you have shared with us. But yeah, most importantly, thank you for your time. I know, Allie, you're in California, and Megan, I know you're busy, so thank you. Yeah, this recording will be up on the region pages, hopefully later today, actually probably tomorrow because I'm going home. So look for it on the region pages tomorrow. Share them with your team. And the challenge for you guys now is let's try a power hour with your own team and help our coaches do these things that you learned today. Okay, thanks for your time. Thank you again, Megan and Allie, and we're out. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye, guys. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.